Hello, Claudia.
Hello, Ioana.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ioana. I'm an external hypnosis operator and student of the Grifasi Academy, and Claudia is a support telepath of the Grifasi method and in Team Grifasi. Claudia, today we are gathered here to do the investigative cycle number 302, the protocol number 1. Do you know today's subject?
Of course not, as
Of
usual.
course not, as usual. So the protocol, the investigation that we're gonna do is in two parts. We have the fixed part, which is composed of a protocol with fixed questions that we cannot modify or deepen, and we have the second part, the free exploration part, where we can go deeper into Claudia's answers. Claudia does not know today's subject. No telepath knows the subject before going into the hypnosis state in order to not contaminate the information. We're doing these investigations in many languages, on many YouTube channels, and here we are. We love it. If you want to contact me, you can send me an email. You have all my details below. And if you want to sponsor us, if you want to be here with us and ask your questions about the subjects that we're doing, you can send an email to investigations@kalogerography.com. Claudia, you can get ready, you can get comfortable, and we can go. On the count of 3, connect with the word firmament and describe what you perceive or visualize. 1, 2, 3.
Not sure I got the right sense of the word. Could you repeat it, please?
Firmament. Firmament.
Mm-hmm. Not sure I know the
Tell
right,
me what you
but
perceive.
what I perceive, it's like a stage in front of me, but it's like, yes, I would say like a stage above ground, a few meters,
Mhm.
and I have like curtains that are closed now, and another ones on the left and on the right, on both sides, with different actions happening on those stages. So it's like more stages with different scenes
Okay.
developing on them,
Mm.
depending on the grade of the curtains closed or opened.
Okay. Describe the shape, the structure, and characteristics you perceive as belonging to the firmament.
Now I see pillars. Again, I'm not sure if I get the right sense of the word, but
Don't
what
worry.
I see is pillars with big needles somehow to keep them strong,
Mhm.
fix,
Mhm.
and are made somehow from a kind of black metal looking like. Um, but now I have as I speak, the feeling that these pillars, big, huge ones, are spread on big areas. Like now I'm watching the earth somehow,
Mhm.
and I see from like I'm above earth
Yes,
right now,
perfect.
and I see them on different spots all around the globe.
Okay, perfect. Does the firmament have a function? Yes, no, or only in part?
Yes,
What is it?
to keep in place structures, to keep in place programs, conditioning of the way the world runs is running.
Mhm.
This is what comes to me.
Perfect. Look beyond the firmament and tell me what you perceive on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Now came an image with the skies, but the skies is looking different. I mean, it's like I'm having two images. One is what we are used to see
Mhm.
when we look up,
Yeah.
and then I have another one which is beyond
Mhm.
and a bit different in the sense that uh, is quite complex. I mean, in a way, in a part of my image, it's like I'm seeing more stars, mm, and on others, like I'm seeing completely different shape of stars or different grades, levels of light that they are spreading around. Um, for example, I see one like red, so a lot more colorful that we are
Mhm.
used to see,
Okay.
and different shapes and different patterns. Is not only so it's a lot richer, I would say,
Mhm. Mhm.
more complex.
Very good.
But this is the image. This is the image that came. Now I don't see anything on Earth, for example. I just had this image from the skies.
Mhm. Is the firmament you are perceiving fixed or in motion?
In motion.
In motion.
I would have think it's fixed if I don't know, if
If
you
I wouldn't
ask
have
me,
asked. Yeah.
yes, but still came to tell you in motion.
Okay. Does the firmament have an origin or genesis? Genesis. What do you
Yes,
perceive? Okay.
yes, it's like again comes in an image like being part of the structure that was set in place here on Earth in order to function the way it is now. And now comes another image that represents duality with white and black, that round symbol. Um, Black, white, positive, negative, everything, all this kind of duality pairs comes to me now. Mm. And now it's a more general view. So, like having to do, like I'm having now an image that includes in the same time earth and skies too. It's something more wider than before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are there multiple levels or layers within the firmament? Yes, no, or only in part?
Yes,
How many
yes.
levels are there and what do they look like?
At least for the moment, I don't have a number.
Okay.
We'll see. But when you ask what they look like, I have an image like a spear or spiral, like a portal, but in a different looking way. It's not that portal that we know round. It's like rounder on the upper part and narrow on the down part. It's like, for example, if I would start to count the levels from down, the level one would be that very narrow opening. And
Okay.
then as we go up, we go with the openings larger and larger. And and now as I see the numbers next to it, just as symbols, I have 9 such levels, where the 9 is the one with the biggest opening, is big one.
Mhm.
But still, maybe at some point you'll explain what this word is.
We'll see after. Do you perceive anything else about these
Here,
levels?
no. Here, no. At the moment, no.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Do you perceive any connections between the firmament and the shape of the earth?
I was waiting because I was having images that were changing,
Mm-hmm.
moving, and I had a feeling that this was having to do with different stages of perception of who's looking at um, to this, even to the shape. It's like depending somehow on the level of consciousness where a person is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, for example, being in a higher consciousness level,
Mm-hmm.
that person resonates more with the energetic body of the earth and less with the material body. And
Yes.
in this way, that energetic is not, it's like including more shapes. This is what I see and feel. It's like would be round, would be a bit ovoidal somehow, uh,
Yes.
different. It doesn't come to say flat. It's simply different in a way that has to do more with the energetic of the earth and not with the real material shapes, those that create division and taking positions on people nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does the firmament influence earthly conditions such as light, sound, or energy? What do you perceive?
Yes, that too has to do, yes, influence with cycles, with sounds too, energy production. Again, now comes the word cycles when I said energy. And the first word you said, sounds, energy, and
Light.
light. Yes, that too.
Okay.
Yes, there is a strong it's like conditioned somehow. It's not making a natural pattern. It's conditioned by this firmament. All these three aspects.
Okay. In the last question of the fixed part, Claudia, observe whether there are any portals or openings in the firmament and tell me what do you perceive on the count of three. One, two, three.
Yes, there are. There are um, thinner or larger um, on different parts of the earth. But the first image that came when you said the question was that part somewhere in Antarctica because I saw ice. I saw an image that I know I saw it before too. On that very complex and contradictory image with ice and the same time melted ice and in the same time greenery scenes. So with green plants, mm, very interesting image. All these three in one.
So the image is Antarctica.
Yes,
You visualize eyes.
ice,
Oh,
ice.
ice.
Yes,
Okay.
the
And
ice that we know it's
yeah,
common
yeah.
there, but in the same time, I have this. It's not the first time I remember I saw it. That's why I recognized it was about Antarctica, because
Okay.
it's a very contradictory image with ice, melted ice. So like I'm seeing waters, and in the same time green plants, like I'm seeing usually on Earth on a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Amazonian forest. So it's very
Yes.
strange, contradictory image.
And
It's like sorry, it's like
tell me,
having three, at least three different dimensions on the same spot in the same place.
do you perceive that these dimensions are going downward or upward?
Both, both. This is the perception that I have. It's like
Okay.
an opening, like a portal that makes the connection from down, deep down in earth and up.
And up. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Talking about the levels that
Mm-hmm.
you perceive, the numbers, the spirals, the portals.
Mm-hmm.
So you perceive that the one was a narrow opening, and as you
Mm-hmm.
go to the number nine, the
Mm-hmm.
number nine has the biggest opening.
Yes.
Now I will count to three, and you will decodify the meaning of these numbers. One, two, three. What do they signify?
Yes. Now I I will tell you what came first, but
Yes.
now I already had another image, even more complex. So
Yes.
first I had the image of the most narrow opening
Mm-hmm.
down there, like would be the hardest programmation, the strongest programmation
Okay.
that some people are living in. So it's not for everybody, it's just for the people that resonate with that level, that strong level of programming. And as we go up, every level has more space for people to move in. So they have more freedom as we go up, they have um, more consciousness to express their real will. So free will is more present on the levels as we go up. But still, even on the ninth level, I still can see uh, on the edges of that opening. So the opening itself, it's a lot bigger, of course, comparing with the first one, for example. But still, the walls surrounding the opening are very thick. It's a very interesting image. So are very thick. It's like somehow as you go up and you get more consciousness and awareness, and the
Yes.
same time you enlarge, you get in more larger levels, but still the how to say the opponents factors, the opponents conditions are thicker, are
Okay.
even heavy to overcome. It's like creating somehow a kind of balance, actually. So a balance between the high level of consciousness and the next obstacles to pass on, to overpass, to overcome.
So the obstacles, as in define obstacles.
Obstacles at that level, to me,
Yes.
looking like obstacles of material words, to understand already,
Okay.
to be sensitive already with other words, with other dimensions, like to live in other dimensions, in more dimensions in the same time at that level. That's what it
The level
means to
nine
me. Exactly, on the level nine. It's like already you are beyond material world at that level. And also the not I said maybe in the wrong way obstacles. It's not obstacles, it's already, let's say, like exams at that level, at each level.
challenges.
Yes, challenges, better
Okay.
said. Yes.
What is after number nine?
Yes. Now it comes the second image that I had.
Perfect.
It's from this, we'll see how we'll explain this, but the image is like this. It's like from that thick edges and big opening, everything is going back, but upside down. So from nine, it now it looks in my face like a toroid image,
Yes.
if that makes sense. Because as I saw from down, I had in the middle, and now everything is upside down in the same patterns. Actually, it is the same image but upside down, put one on top of the other.
So you say the same patterns.
Yes, actually, it's the same patterns. Yes. But now I have the feeling that what I see here on top is just an image to give us symbols to understand the process, but doesn't have to do with Earth anymore.
And where is the number one reversed?
This is what I say, why I have the feeling that all nine, this from top, are not connected to the earth anymore. It's already on another words, another dimensions of development. It's not only in level one, also this from here, from the middle,
Mhm.
going up, it's already on. It's like already having more to do with dimensions that are specific to energetic words and not material words.
Mhm. Okay, so if I understand well, right,
Hmm.
here on Earth we have the one with the narrow opening, and
Yes,
as you go up, you go to nine with the biggest
here on
opening.
Earth. Hmm.
Here on Earth with the
Hmm.
thick walls, and
Yes,
then you go from 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
exactly,
But
exactly.
where?
On the dimensions that are not material anymore. This is what comes.
Okay, even if it's going downwards, let's say.
It's not downwards. It's up actually to me, the image. It's not down,
Okay,
it's up. So it's, let's say, this one, I go up, I make nine, and from
yeah,
here I go continuously up,
up.
up, 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 and narrow again. It's everything here, there, up. Nothing goes down. Down is here where it starts on
And
Earth,
for example, let's see what do beings experience at the one in the
upper part.
upper part.
I would say nothing. It's like the conditions are vanished there. The parameters, the aspects, the conclusions, the assumptions, everything is somehow put in place,
Just exists.
in just exist. Yes, I think there's the place where we can name it unity from everything, from everything down there. You don't feel like understanding anything, expanding anything. uh, you are the expression itself at that point. There's nothing to be moved or changed or modified at that point. That's the
And
feeling.
beautiful. And what numbers, what part of this scale can you link with the firmament?
As you go down, as you go down on earth, on those small levels, first levels from down there, from
First
the
level is the
from
firmament
earth.
from
Yes,
Earth.
yes.
The second one isn't?
Still it is looking like. Still it is.
Are all the nine levels in the firmament?
Yes, in a kind, yes, we can say, but still the image that I have is like from seven, eight, already nine. People that are on that level of consciousness are already out,
Mhm.
even if the body is still here, but their consciousness is out of here, of this,
Mhm. Okay.
whatever is that.
Now, disconnect from everything and perceive again the firmament. How do you perceive it now after we discussed a lot about it? What shape does it have? What color? What material is it made of?
First, I have now the feeling that it's something that's at the same time a fixed structure,
Okay.
but in the same time is moving, but not because it wants to be moved. It's somehow like it's forced to change, to change structures, to let go some of the pillars looking like.
So, do you perceive this firmament as a solid structure or as a
Is
gas, liquid?
is it is etheric, it is
Okay.
energetic mostly, but still with something that is very similar to material looking like, very similar, giving this feeling of material even if it's not.
Hmm. Okay. You perceived earlier that about the origin. We were talking about the origins. of the firmament. You said that it's a structure that was set in place.
Mhm.
When?
At some point, at some point in the earth cycles of life. So it's not like from the beginning. I don't have this feeling
Okay.
from the beginning of creating planet Earth. Somewhere after that moment, quite far after that moment. If firmament is the matrix that, as you know, this is what
Hmm.
I'm referring to because I saw this image before. That's why I'm saying now.
Hmm. Do you perceive that it's recent?
Not that recent.
Not that recent, but
Not
also
that
not
recent.
that old.
Mm, If we compare with the age of Earth itself, it's not that old.
Okay.
But if we compare with the cycles of humankind here on Earth, it is old because it's. I don't have the feeling that there were too many cycles without it
Okay.
before.
Okay. And talking about the cycles, Claudia, you perceive that the firmament influences conditions the cycles, the sounds, the energy, the light. How? We're looking today. What's the influence?
Now,
Yeah, now.
now I have yes. I had an image straight away with the time, speed in time that you experience today. But still, this image came in connection with other image that I had before with that where those pillars are somehow forced. So in connection with this speeding time process that you experience now, some pillars from the matrix firmament, whatever, is somehow forced to give up on them. So some pillars, it's like losing from structure, losing from his entirety. So now he's looking more weak, more not having that those many structure pillars that used to have before. This is
Why?
one. This is what because this speeding time process, it comes from something bigger, from outside universal conditions, is not something from here, from this local metrics, let's say. And modify it's like a part of a bigger cycle, a bigger than the cycles that are running here on Earth. And being like that, the local matrix cannot oppose, is not strong enough to oppose and fight against these bigger cycles, universal cycles.
These cycles come from within the earth or
No,
from the matrix or from outside?
from
Outside.
outside, but having extremely big influence also here on Earth, of course, because even if it's like the image that I have, it's like Earth. It's somehow, what to say, secluded or like in a prison somehow. So
Yes.
with all this structure around, but in the same time, the creature, because to me it's looking like a live creature, Earth in this
Hmm.
prison, is completely in connection with all the conditions outside. So this matrix cannot close all the connections with the outside world. It's like a pretended closure,
Closure.
a
Hmm.
pretended prison,
Isolation. Yeah.
isolation, but is not having doesn't have effect on all the conditions from Earth, on all the people on Earth. So that's why all the bigger cycles are having influence here on Earth too, and all the living organisms from
Hmm.
Earth.
These bigger cycles that you perceive, what do they depend on? Do I'm making myself clear? So,
Mm-hmm.
do you perceive that other beings are involved in these bigger cycles?
Yes, we could say bigger beings, but to me, looking like layers of consciousness more than beings as we name
Okay.
them.
Energies
Yes, let's say energies, but yes, but it's not depending it's on like on
on
one
them.
being's will. It's again cycles. It's cycles that are supported by different layers of energies. Yes, that's true, but it's not on arbitrary will of a being, to start on, uh, I don't know
Yeah.
what kind of process and to influence their also the earth. It's everything interconnected. That's the feeling I have. Like I'm seeing circles in bigger circles, in another circles, in different geometric figures, all in a very harmonic dance, I would say, and influencing one another in a very feels like saying perfect order, but in the same time, even though not looking so much order is an order
Yeah.
actually. So it's something that we difficultly can understand from this point, but still follows an order. Yes, everything is happening outside our earth and influencing also conditions on earth.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
But this is only about time. We spoke about this. You said more about other conditions. Light, I think.
Yes, light,
Mm-hmm.
sounds, energy. But when you
Mm-hmm.
explained what you just said about the cycles and about time, I'll let you tell me more if you perceive something about the conditioning of sounds and of light. Do you perceive something about that?
Yes, on sound, I hear some sounds, um, but it's not something connected now. I mean, it's not something, for example, what I perceived about time coming from outside on a positive note, let's say.
Okay.
Here, the sounds that I'm hearing, I'm sure are having to do with the matrix itself. It's like the sound, energetic sound is not something with physical ears to be heard.
Mhm.
An energetic sound that has to do with programming that those pillars are instilling on earth. This is what came to me regarding sound. If you
Can,
have other ideas to ask me, we can go deep, but this is what came first.
of course, perfect. Can everyone on earth hear those sounds?
No, unfortunately not. And now I saw a lot of people catch in those lower layers.
So the sound, do you perceive that these sounds are giving high frequencies or low frequencies?
They are very low at
Yes.
sound, but the feeling that I have is not they are having the purpose to influence something on a small level, but more to keep in place some big structures, something that has to do with the high functioning of the world in the way they do, in the way the I don't know the deep circle of those people who are running the world want to do it. So it's like moving some pillars in order to create and to maintain some specific frequencies they want for that moment or for that year or for that month, for example. This is the
Okay.
feeling that comes to me.
Okay. How are these sounds affecting the human brain?
Depending on the human brain, but usually they are made to program you. Again,
Okay.
has something to do with programming, but doesn't work the same for every brain,
Of
of
course.
course.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to
Hmm.
clear that. Okay. And the light. Does the firmament influence the light? Let's tell me, please, about the natural light, the sunlight.
The image that came and the feeling as I was listening
Yeah.
is that the firmament had more influence on light and is getting losing this influence as
Okay.
time passes. It's it's a difference. For example, now in front of my eyes, because you asked about the solar
Mm-hmm.
light, the sunlight, the image that I have is more white than it used to be. So it's not that yellow that probably we remember, I don't know, from the past.
Mm-hmm.
So the image that I have now is whiter, is lighter. But this doesn't have to do with the magic itself, but with these cycles that are running now on a large
Yes.
scale and influencing us. It's like a big influence from outside and less from the inside, from the negative part. This is what comes to me to tell you in connection with the light.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a very interesting and nice and warm picture that I have now in front of my eyes. It's something that has to do in this brighter image color of the light. I have the feeling very clear that's impregnated with more information, with more vibrations, with more complex and high vibrations. It's something very complex, but in the same time fascinating attraction somehow. Uh, you feel good in this light. It's not something that obstructs, something that
Mm-hmm.
shrinks. It
And
simply makes you feel good.
so you perceive that the sunlight today is, let's say, better because
No,
no?
no, I still have this. I interrupted you because in the same time as we started to speak,
Yeah.
I had a feeling of more, how to say, solar burns, solar,
Aggressivity,
and
aggressiveness.
there is another word, solar radiations.
Oh,
This is what came. It's like it's coming somehow in the same time with all the rest beneficial things.
yeah.
Also that. So, and besides the influence that still has the matrix itself, come in this, so all these big um, quantities, let's say, of high vibration, it comes also with this. It's something like a regular, normal process. It cannot be separated. It cannot be only that without the other one. So I don't have this image of something like to stay in the sun whole day. No, for sure get burnt. So yes, it's something that to be careful and take care of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Good. Disconnect from this scene, Claudia.
Mm-hmm,
And at the very beginning, when we were discussing about when you looked beyond the firmament, you
mm-hmm,
perceived the sky. You perceived one sky
mm-hmm,
like our sky, and one more complex with more stars, with different shapes, different lights, more colorful.
mm-hmm,
Where do you place this sky and the other one? How can you
mm-hmm.
translate this information?
Yes. Now listening to you, I was having a kind of visualization in time. So it first came that image a lot more complex that used to be in the past.
Okay.
Then, as the matrix was settling down on Earth, reducing the whole scenery from the skies, and as we go in time closer to us, I still have the image from, let's say, the real sky, with some planets or lights that are showing up somehow from time to time. So I would say now it's getting closer to the moment where this sky more simple that we have now
Mhm.
is getting somehow into the other, but not like a sudden process or a very smooth process in the same time. No, I still see like from time to time in connection with the events or planetary or astrological events will be more and more visible from the other one, which is the way I see now. It's like they are somehow intertwined,
Yes.
but it's not obvious with the open eye, material, physical eye, that process.
Energetic,
Yes,
right?
energetic,
Hmm.
exactly.
Okay. Okay, Claudia. And now disconnect from there too. And the last thing that I want to ask you, one of the last things,
Mhm,
is about the stages that you perceived at the very beginning. So the stages above the ground, a couple meters above the ground, some with closed curtains, some with open
mhm,
curtains that are standing on the
mhm.
pillars, right?
Yes.
What do these stages represent?
Um, they're somehow similar with the image that I saw then after that moment with those circles, with the levels. It's like
Okay.
different levels of freedom of the people of expressing themselves.
Mhm.
That was the first. That's why I was seeing the curtains
Okay.
partially closed,
Yeah.
yeah, or
So
completely closed.
it was a metaphor.
Exactly,
Okay.
metaphor.
Beautiful. Now tell me if you perceive anything else about the firmament, if there's some things that you want to say that you perceive that you didn't have time to say.
Yes, I have an image like um, like it's losing somehow its influence, but not on very speedy rate, very fast, but still I have this feeling that it's losing its influence on Earth.
Yeah.
But in the same time, with that, it's like those forces that are depending and cooperating directly with this structure are more desperate than ever to make efforts to not lose this connection and these structures that kept them on top of everything. This is because why I'm saying that, because I keep hearing that sound that we were talking before,
Yeah.
more more
Louder.
not louder, more, even more down,
Okay.
down, like trying to dig on the subconscious on people to make them fear more, to make them polarize more on different subjects. Doesn't matter, for them is not important. Important is just to make you take a position, to 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 make you hate
To
something, to
divide.
love something, to divide. Exactly, it's more desperation on that. They struggle a lot. uh, but this is on one side. If I'm looking at these structures, on the other side I see people that are more and more away, simply allowing those polarizations, thoughts to drift away. Simply I see people more but not everyone. As I was about now to start the sentence, unfortunately I also said, saw people of in suffering, and so it's a very big mixture of vibrations right now on Earth. It's like those that are trying to keep the negative
Yeah.
uh, on place. on the same time, the bigger vibrations, the bigger cycles that started to make their effect here on Earth are making their job, and other people are starting to feel this influence. They feel more harmony in themselves. They feel more awake, more applying their free will.
Mm-hmm.
So most probably now being a time, such a time, a strong time, it's more important than ever to decide on which side you want to go, on which timeline you want to continue your experience. It's a time where you cannot stay on a warm comfort zone just because you want that, because the events around will force you to go on a safe place within you or to struggle and fight with the outside overwhelming inputs that we all have around.
Claudia, as the these changes come and are influenced heavily, I would say, from outside forces and outside
Yes,
energies, the world as we know it will change.
that's for sure.
And as you said, people have a choice either to find a safe place inside or struggle. But do you perceive that everyone will find a safe place inside? And if not, what will happen to people that are continuously struggling energetically? I'm talking about energy. What will happen with them when these changes will get more and more obvious if they don't adapt to the new energies that will come?
Yes. As I said, now I saw again that image that I told you, high energies coming also with higher radiation frequencies.
Yes,
So people that are still struggling and losing their inner energy, because you lose your energy
yes.
fighting on all kind of stupid and useless things
Hmm.
outside, will simply lose themselves at some point, will lose their body, their possibility to continue their experience. So it's not
Hmm.
such a
Yeah,
tragic thing because they're subliminal part and then can there they can continue on
of course.
another life is not, but unfortunately yes, there are people that will cannot make it simply.
Okay. Very, very good. Perfect. Thank you, Claudia. And now I will count from 1 to 3. And at 3, you will be fully in the present moment.
Wow.
And welcome back.
Hi,
All
nice to
good?
see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yes,
And
all
nice
good.
to hear you with everything you said.
That was one of a kind. I really felt special, very deep, very.
You did a lot of connections, I think, with this one and the Matrix one.
And
The
what was
Matrix,
that?
the
Yes.
Matrix investigation.
And this was not about that? I'm just asking.
I don't really know because you can,
Hmm.
yeah, you can associate it with this. The
Hmm.
firmament, they
Because
say,
I'm not used to this word that much. That's why I was asking you, what's actually this word?
the in the
Firmament.
Bible, it
Okay.
says that the
Okay.
waters were separated in two, and one part of the water became the sky, and the other part the earth, basically.
Ah, okay. I understand.
But
Yes, pretty
it's a
much of
dome.
matrix.
It's a
Yes,
dome. I'm
yes,
on Wikipedia, and Wikipedia says it's a dome. So yeah,
yes.
a celestial barrier.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. It's matrix for sure. It's okay. Now I
Perfect.
understand at the end.
Perfect. Beautiful. Thank you, Claudia.
My pleasure, Ioana.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you liked it. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Have a great week. And bye.
Bye, everyone.
Buenos días.
Dzień dobry.
Bienvenidos a este primer vídeo de Disclosure en español y polaco.
Bardzo Was serdecznie witamy na tym nowym wideo, które będzie w języku hiszpańskim i polskim na kanale Disclosures.
Vamos a producir mucho más vídeos en futuro como estos vídeos informativos.
W przyszłości stworzymy dużo więcej takich wideo, które będą Was informowały o różnych rzeczach.
Porque estamos notando que cuanto más se va divulgando este trabajo, estas hipnosis por Internet, también cuanto más mala información se está difundiendo.
A to dlatego, że zauważyliśmy, że im więcej wstawiamy sesji z naszymi hipnozami, tym więcej jakby informacji sprzecznych zaczyna się rozprzestrzeniać.
Y entonces hoy vamos a hablar de las sesiones investigativas.
Więc dzisiaj będziemy mówić o sesjach badawczych.
Porque estoy viendo que hay personas que a lo mejor se dedican a una sesión con una persona, se van a algún lugar, preguntan algo y lo poco de información que pueden extraer de una sesión se lo creen como si fuera oro, completamente puro oro.
Bo zauważyłem, że są takie sesje i takie osoby, które robią jedną sesję z jedną osobą na dany temat i kiedy wychodzi tam jakaś informacja, to jest ona odbierana jakby to było rzeczywiście coś niesamowicie wiarygodnego, jakby to było czyste złoto.
Yo os digo que la sesión así dicha investigativa no existe.
Ja chciałbym Wam powiedzieć, że sesja badawcza tak naprawdę nie istnieje.
Entonces podríais como preguntar, entonces cuando haces una sesión a un cliente y preguntas cosas, ¿por qué preguntas?
Więc mógłbyś mi zadać pytanie, więc skoro robisz jakąś sesję z jakąś osobą i zadajesz jej pytania, to właściwie po co je w ogóle zadajesz?
Sí, sabemos que la información en hipnosis está muy, pero de verdad muy contaminada.
My bardzo dobrze wiemy, że informacja, która wychodzi podczas hipnozy jest niezwykle, ale to niezwykle zanieczyszczona.
Y esa información, así como sale de la hipnosis, no podemos tomarla como conocimiento, como investigación.
Więc takiej informacji, która wychodzi podczas sesji hipnozy, nie bierzemy nigdy jako takiej informacji, która jest rzeczywiście bardzo prawdziwa, zgodna z prawdą i oczywista.
En el caso de sesiones a clientes, la información que sacamos nos sirve por otro objetivo. El objetivo es llegar a la causa de su problema y trabajar.
Te informacje, które uzyskujemy podczas sesji dla klientów, służą nam zupełnie do czegoś innego. Celem jest to, żeby znaleźć przyczynę i pracować nad nią.
Pero ¿qué significa que la información está contaminada? ¿Cuánto está contaminada y por qué?
Ale co to właściwie oznacza informacja zanieczyszczona? Kiedy jest zanieczyszczona i dlaczego jest zanieczyszczona?
Hay que saber que cuando nosotros pedimos una información y nos llega a través de una persona en hipnosis, esta información sale de una fuente, para así decirlo, y atraviesa muchas dimensiones, muchas densidades.
Kiedy prosimy o jakąś informację podczas sesji, to ta informacja, powiedzmy to w ten sposób, pochodzi z jakiegoś źródła, ale w międzyczasie przechodzi przez wiele gęstości i wiele wymiarów.
Y también pasa por conciencias, por inteligencias. Esa información viene atrapada en el éter por varios seres.
Ale ta informacja przechodzi też przez wiele umysłów, wiele świadomości, istnieje w eterze i może być przechwycona również przez wiele bytów.
Estos seres, estas inteligencias, pueden voluntariamente o involuntariamente distorsionarla.
I te byty, te istoty lub świadomości mogą ją zniekształcić świadomie lub nieświadomie.
Y además, la persona que está en hipnosis tiene sus creencias, su mentalidad, sus perspectivas, sus opiniones. Esta estructura mental contamina también esta información.
A co więcej, osoba, która jest w stanie hipnozy, ma swoje własne przekonania, swoje własne wartości i wierzenia, swoją własną mentalność i przez tą właśnie strukturę całą mentalną również może dojść do jeszcze kolejnego zanieczyszczenia.
Y además, si nosotros queremos investigar, por ejemplo, una persona o un ser que no tiene ninguna conexión con el ambiente hipnótico donde estamos trabajando, esta persona puede no autorizar la salida de informaciones de sí mismo.
A co więcej, jeśli połączymy się z jakąś istotą, która absolutnie nie należy do tego środowiska hipnotycznego, w którym pracujemy, taka istota może nie zgodzić się na przekazanie informacji.
Si hay interacción, si hay interferencias entre un ser y otro, es posible que circule información por las conexiones, por los pactos.
Jeśli jest jakaś interferencja między dwoma istotami, to wtedy dzięki tym paktom, albo przez te pakty, przez to połączenie, które istnieje, rzeczywiście wychodzą informacje.
Pero si en aquella sesión en concreto ese ser o esa persona se va a cuestionar y no hay ninguna conexión, es muy improbable que llegue una información autorizada.
Ale jeśli zdarzy się tak, że łączymy się z istotą, która nie ma z tym nic wspólnego, to jest bardzo mało prawdopodobne, że dostaniemy jakąś informację.
Entonces, imaginemos que queremos investigar sobre un personaje famoso de la historia.
No, na przykład wyobraźmy sobie, że chcielibyśmy otrzymać informację o jakiejś osobie niezwykle znanej, historycznej.
Si no tenemos de alguna manera alguna conexión con los elementos del ambiente hipnótico y esta persona, aunque no esté conectada, no autoriza esta información, pues no llega.
Więc jeśli wyobrazimy sobie, że ta osoba nie jest w żaden sposób połączona z tym środowiskiem hipnotycznym, w którym pracujemy, może się tak zdarzyć, że absolutnie nie zezwoli na żadne przekazywanie informacji na swój temat.
Y cuando pasa esto, hay siempre o casi siempre alguna entidad que se aprovecha de la situación.
I kiedy to się dzieje, zazwyczaj pojawia się jakiś byt, który wykorzystuje tę sytuację.
Se puede presentar con la supuesta identidad de la persona o del ser que estamos buscando, o puede de todas formas modificar o inventar una información por su cuenta, por su personal ventaja.
Może zrobić dwie rzeczy. Albo przyjąć, zidentyfikować się z osobą, o której chcemy zrobić tę sesję, przyjąć jej tożsamość, albo zmienić informacje, które chcielibyśmy otrzymać, tak aby to działało na jej korzyść.
Nosotros en sesión a clientes podemos trabajar porque el cliente nos autoriza a trabajar en él en su sesión.
Podczas sesji dla klientów możemy pracować nad takimi informacjami, bo otrzymujemy zgodę na informacje właśnie dzięki temu klientowi.
Y podemos trabajar con sus seres queridos, por ejemplo, o con los seres que interfieren con ella, propio porque hay estas conexiones.
I możemy pracować na przykład z istotami, które kocha ta dana osoba, lub z bytami, które w nią ingerują, właśnie przez to połączenie, które tam istnieje.
Entonces, hay una gran diferencia entre la sesión a un cliente para solucionar sus problemas y hacer sesiones para investigar.
Dlatego istnieje taka duża różnica między sesjami, które robimy dla klientów, aby rozwiązać ich problemy, i między sesjami takimi poszukiwawczymi, badawczymi.
Por eso digo que no existe una sesión investigativa.
I dlatego właśnie Wam mówię, że nie istnieje coś takiego jak sesja badawcza.
Lo que existe es un protocolo de sesiones de investigación.
To, co istnieje, to pewien protokół sesji badawczych.
Hay que seguir un protocolo y hay que seguir, ejecutar una serie de sesiones y con personas diferentes.
Więc trzeba zawsze śledzić ten sam protokół, a jednocześnie wykonać wiele sesji z różnymi osobami.
El protocolo tiene que ser único, unívoco, porque hay que preguntar en un tema las mismas preguntas para ir en la misma dirección.
Ten protokół powinien być zawsze taki sam, ponieważ należy zadawać takie same pytania, tak aby iść zawsze w tym samym kierunku.
Cuanto más está restringido ese espacio de investigación, cuanto más podemos tener más probabilidad de tener buena información.
Im bardziej zawężamy obszar naszych poszukiwań, tym bardziej prawdopodobne będzie, że otrzymamy dobre informacje.
Sí, podemos también aumentar ese espacio, pero tenemos que aumentar proporcionalmente el número de sesiones por hacer.
Możemy oczywiście rozszerzyć ten obszar, ale wtedy będziemy zmuszeni również rozszerzyć ilość tych sesji.
Luego, cuando tenemos una grande serie de sesiones, pero estamos hablando de centenas o hasta de millares de sesiones.
I wtedy mówimy o olbrzymiej liczbie sesji, od setki po tysiące.
Tenemos que recoger toda aquella información que es común a todas o a casi todas estas sesiones hechas.
I wtedy musimy pozbierać te informacje, które są wspólne dla wszystkich bądź prawie wszystkich tych sesji.
Esta información común vais a ver que es un porcentaje muy pequeño con respecto a la totalidad de la información.
I zobaczycie, że ta informacja wspólna będzie naprawdę niewielkim odsetkiem tych informacji, które się tam pojawią.
Son pepitas de oro.
To są takie malutkie ziarenka.
Es como si nosotros vamos a un río, vamos a coger este filtro, vamos a coger muchísima arena para recoger solo muy pocas pepitillas de oro.
I można to przyrównać do poszukiwania złota, kiedy filtruje się dno rzeki, zbiera się mnóstwo piasku, a na koniec pojawiają się maleńkie ziarenka złota.
Esa sí que es información de oro.
I to jest właśnie ta informacja złota.
Si hoy podemos decir que hay seres que interfieren bastante con el ser humano y que tienen formas de animales reptiles o de animales a forma de insectos, etc., es porque todo esto sale desde que se empezaron las sesiones de hipnosis y hay muchísimas, millares y millares con esta información común.
I jeśli dzisiaj możemy powiedzieć, że są ingerencje, które przybierają formy albo reptilii, albo jakichś insektów, to dlatego, że takie informacje wychodzą od początku naszych sesji hipnotycznych i są wspólne i jest ich tysiące.
Pero si yo digo que en la ciudad de Nueva York, en el 1452, en aquel punto, había una casa que vivía un viejo que se llamaba Tom, pues solo en aquella sesión ha salido, y cuanto más contaminada puede ser, no lo va a saber nadie.
Ale jeśli chciałabym powiedzieć, przekazać taką informację, że w Nowym Jorku w 1452 roku stał taki a taki dom, w którym mieszkał taki a taki starszy pan o imieniu Tom, to nie mam pojęcia, jak bardzo zanieczyszczona będzie ta informacja.
Así entonces se hace investigación. Es un trabajo muy largo, muy duro, y tiene que ser hecho con un protocolo riguroso y severo.
A więc właśnie w taki sposób należy robić sesje badawcze. Jest to proces bardzo długi, ciężki i który wymaga bardzo restrykcyjnego protokołu.
Entonces, por esto que nosotros ya vamos a empezar a hacer ciclos de investigación.
I właśnie dlatego zaczniemy teraz robić takie cykle badawcze.
La estructura del team, que cada vez va creciendo siempre más, y el número de clientes que cada día contactan con nosotros, nos permiten organizar estos ciclos de investigación.
I ponieważ struktura naszego zespołu cały czas się powiększa, a także liczba klientów, którzy kontaktują się z nami każdego dnia, te czynniki pozwalają nam na to, żebyśmy zrobili taki cykl badawczy.
Creo que ya he dicho todo, o casi todo. Cualquier pregunta podéis escribirla en los comentarios del vídeo o donde sea publicado el vídeo.
Myślę, że powiedziałem wszystko, bądź prawie wszystko, a jeśli macie jakieś pytania, to proszę zadajcie je pod tym wideo.
Gracias por vuestra atención.
Dziękujemy za waszą uwagę.
Y gracias a ti, Milena.
Gracias a ti, Carlo. Dziękujemy.
Ciao.
Ciao.